This right here is a scale 118 Maisto Ford Mustang GT convertible. It's a 2010 car in red, and I'm going to get through some details here, just to give you an idea of how good this model is, and as well as its flaws, which it does have actually quite a bit. So, let's get started here. Everything does open, including the other door. These don't stay up very well. Wheels turn with the steering wheel, and it features full suspension. We're all pretty good then. Now if we start on the exterior details, paint job is pretty good, as most Maistos are, but this is plastic. A lot of their convertibles for some reason have a plastic windscreen. It doesn't look bad, and that would not stop me from buying it, but it is worthy to note. These mirrors aren't too strong, but they're not going to come off unless you give it to a toddler. Now this front grille here, I want to compare this to a Greenlight model here. Now the Greenlight I've seen is accurate in its size. Notice the height of this between here and here, and now compare it to the height of it of the Greenlight. It almost looks smaller on the Maisto. The lights are also much smaller. These are both scale 118s, and for some reason Maisto decided to forego some of the detail on the front. Not really sure why. So as far as the front grille goes, as well as the headlights, really it could use a little bit more accurate scaling. The grille back here, pretty good, kind of a typical Maisto. You can't go all the way through it, it's just one piece of plastic, but you know, what can you ask for? These front fog lights, same thing. When we compare it to this, those are pretty much full circles. The Maistos, they're kind of cut off on the top. It has a flat top, so I don't know whether they were trying to just, you know, save space so they could fit that in there. I really don't know. I can't explain it. But on the plus side, it doesn't have a peg, and the headlight detail is pretty good. Inside, engine detail is excellent. This is probably one of the best Maistos that I've seen as far as engine goes. You see all those wires in there, the stabilizer bar, everything is raised. You can't see all the way down to the bottom, but then again you really can't see all the way down to the bottom in the Greenlight either. It has a warning label there. Just a very, very well done engine. Get it from that angle. Quite well done. Continuing with a well done engine bay, Maisto did an excellent job designing the interior of this car. I mean, you can see if I can get that focused. You can see all the buttons are not only in the right place, but they're all labeled individually. Now the Greenlight also has all the buttons labeled in the same way. They look just about as realistic. And for a Maisto, this is not usually the case. You know, typically you find some of these buttons are missing dials or whatever. They even have the gear labeling on the gear shift, and that's really impressive. Good coloring, nice dash. You can see that the reflection in the sticker back here, but you know, it still looks realistic. Seats, pretty good because it's a convertible. It's nice and easy to see in there. No seatbelt, of course. Same thing with the back. They did color in the red there. That's good. Not too bad. And even with the mesh top that you see here, this of course doesn't move. It's not with the model, but it has a very nice mesh looking texture to it. Back here, this license plate is will not come with the car. That's a custom. You see that does have two pegs in the back. The Greenlight does not. Still, it looks pretty good overall. The rims look decent, although typical with Maisto, the disc doesn't move. whatever, it's barely noticeable. Another thing that I want to mention about the suspension of this car, you can see that the wheels are kind of bowing out a little bit, and it almost appears that the ride height is a bit too low. I mean, I guess if you want to, you know, lower your cars, that's cool. But you can see here's the green light, and here's the Maisto. I can fit that straight through. The Maisto I really can't. It's bending down, and there's just very little space in between the well and the wheel. Underneath, one big plastic piece, as usual, not matching colors. For some reason the transmission is also in a chrome color, the same as the exhaust. One thing I do want to mention, it actually has a little Ford logo right there. It's very, very rarely seen that on the bottom of the car. The differential is raised from the bottom, but everything else is just, it's all plastic. I mean, it's not too bad. I've seen worse, but whatever. GT. So that's this model in review. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section below, and I'll hopefully get to them. This model's pretty good. As far as the detail, it's just excellent overall. It's just these minor little issues where, you know, with the inaccurate sizing on the front, as well as the strange lowering of the suspension and the loose wheels, that really could use some work. But other than that, I would recommend this model. Although, if you can find a green light, I would recommend this over it. It's $45 more, or it's about $25 more, double the price, but it's absolutely worth it. Excellent car. I did a review of that earlier, and I'll put a link. I'll put a link right there. So that's all. Thanks for watching.